Productivity is not defined by the number of tasks completed or hours worked. There is a saying, a programmer's efficiency is not defined by the number of lines of code. Johnny might write 17 lines of code in a day, while Sam writes 1,000, but Johnny might earn 5 times more for those 17 lines. Similarly, an airplane's efficiency is not determined by its weight. If I can create 6 videos in 2 weeks and get 5,000 views per video, it doesn't mean I'm efficient, because someone else might make just 1 video in 2 weeks and get more views and bring more value. There's a phenomenon. The more you work, the worse the results can become. The brain has a reserve of resources that are depleted with each action. Watching a video, making a decision, thinking about a task, all these deplete resources. If many such actions accumulate in a day, the resource reserve quickly diminishes. For studying or other intellectual work, a lot of resources are needed, so we start missing important details in problem solving. This leads to poorer outcomes. Here's the situation. You have an electric scooter with a low charge. It's going at 4 km/h. What should you do? Continue using it since it's still moving, or charge it so you can later ride at 25 km/h? The answer is obvious. But why do people still use their brains for intellectual tasks when their mental resources are depleted, like a scooter with a nearly empty battery that can barely move? To solve this problem, one needs to rest for at least a day from any intellectual or dopamine-consuming activity. True productivity is when you achieve what most people achieve with much effort using minimal effort. If it takes me half an hour just to start studying, while someone else can just sit at their desk and get to work, then I am not productive. Productivity is measured by the ratio of effort spent to results achieved. If I spend 5 hours to understand a topic and solve 10 problems, and someone else spends just 2 hours for the same results, it doesn't mean they are lazy and I am good. In fact, they are more productive than me. We should focus not on appearance, as is common in school, but on real efficiency. And this is not about the number of hours or tasks. The skill of productivity is a set of experiences and knowledge that allow you to effectively shorten the path. For example, reducing the number of steps needed to solve a problem. Suppose, for implementing a meal plan, I need to complete 50 subtasks, but I find a way to reduce this to 10 tasks instead of 50. Next, changing the complexity of the task to easier levels. There are many ways to do this, from decomposition to patterns. Anything that helps shorten the path is a productivity tool. If a particular approach allows me to solve all programming tasks in 1 hour that previously took me 3 hours, then I have mastered a productivity tool. Let's consider one of 1,000 approaches that shortens the path: decomposition. The essence of this method is to break down a large task into small tasks until they are very easy to understand and solve. Thus, one large complex task can be broken down into 15 simple, understandable tasks. Take any complex task and start writing down each necessary step to solve it in notes or a notebook. For example, the task, display elements of array X with even indices. We write the first step, access array X, and iterate through each element. Second step, check the index of each element. Third step, verify if each index is even. Fourth step, display the array elements that have even indices. Essentially, this task in one sentence actually has 4 steps.